Good morning.
Hey,
Good evening.
welcome back to our wonderful world of Fatman and Bowie.
Good afternoon.
It's afternoon already.
Shall I handle the words?
This is like this morning to me, actually.
Shall I do the introductions?
Go on now.
My name is Paul Finch.
My name's Fatman.
This is Michelle. And Ruben has just swallowed.
Ruben
has just swallowed an invisibility pill.
Has not turned up.
What a douchebag.
Bad Ruben.
Naughty Ruben. We're all set for a massive introduction for Ruben as well, weren't we?
Yeah, in fact, here he is. And actually, here he is. And so that's.
I thought he was skinny, but when the maid made the bed in the morning, didn't realise he was in there.
He can take skinny so far, but he's not here, obviously.
Yeah, welcome back, Ruben. We're going to do a couple of finds this week.
Joking.
If we say the word foosball in English,
I'm ready.
you were born on there. Foosball.
What's that?
And also, we've got the peg of doom here.
The peg of doom. The peg of doom.
Doom.
The peg of doom.
I am the peg master. And if I should get anybody in this room with the peg, whoever it may be, whether it be Michelle, Invisible Ruben or Tony, without them knowing, then they have to drink. Capiche?
They have to drink a cabbage.
Do you like quiche?
A cabbage.
No, we're on aubergines this week, not cabbages.
Actually, along the script we have got to get to the bottom of aubergines.
This podcast is excitingly called Aubergines.
Because we have to get to the bottom of aubergines. If you've ever seen an aubergine's bottom, phone into 122466.
Have you ever seen an aubergine and the cucumber in the same room?
They might be the same people.
They're also closely related to the slug, I think, because they're all creasy and slimy.
I don't slimy. I don't do slimy.
What do you mean?
Slime is horrible. It's like slugs. But aubergines have an exciting venture within inside them.
Does the slugs remind you of what the ladies we put up to all them?
Really? Well, like sort of fannies and slips and stuff.
Oh, you naughty word.
What? Aubergines, I thought I was going far enough there.
The pegmaster calls pegs, and then we've got a peg on them.
Oh my God! I didn't realise that.
By the way, you have to do two things for pegmaster.
Sorry, squeeze the drinks. That's good. Jesus, that's fun.
You have to drink to there. Look. You see?
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on, get down here, Barry, the Zulu warrior. Eagle-eyed listeners are watching me catch the Fatman out. Got to admit, you don't need James Bond-like stealth to put the peg on Fatman, do you?
Can't believe I've been pegged. To be honest with you, that was absolutely shocking. Bzz, Ruben! Oh, he's still not here. Oh my God! I can't believe he's still not here.
I've got to say though, if you put a peg on Michelle, but if you put a peg on Invisible Ruben, there might be more chance.
Look away now!
It's a bit more absorbent, isn't it?
I've got him! I've got him! He's going to have to drink that, lad is.
Do you want to pour 2 pints on the sofa?
No. It's
Why
my
not?
sofa. I'll get killed by Lucy.
Oh, we've just gone to a serious topic. Football management.
Football manager. Oh my God.
What are your thoughts on if you were a football manager?
If I was a football manager, I would top myself to make it quicker.
To make what quicker?
The end.
The end of what?
Like Craig Shakespeare.
Yeah.
That book. How is he gonna get another job in football?
Maybe he could write novels.
Well, I don't think he's bright enough.
No, it is a shame. Like the scrappy of English football managers, that's absolutely shocking, isn't it? It's terrible.
We had this conversation a while ago when you used to be football manager, Have you got another job?
Have I got to go abroad?
Wow. It's obviously a side night. That's why we do these shows. It's not for intelligence. It's just for a side night.
There's just too much side in the world, and it needs eliminating.
And I think we're doing our best.
Pegs! Who's got a peg on them? Who's got a peg on them? Who's got a peg? Have you got a peg on you?
No.
There's one, look.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
You have to do 2 fingers.
I'm not very good at this game. Oh, my viewers.
You was agile as Nijinsky.
Oh dear.
Right, oh no, I was going to get more bongstro, but I don't need to. Still got a bit left. We're expecting rank average 50 at any moment now, aren't we?
I'm not sure. I'm still current.
Oh, he's only just going out, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm still current.
He's not meant to compass.
I'm still current for a peg moment.
We will get a decipherable word out of any moment soon.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you still on your 2 fingers?
Yeah, look.
I can't get a side in for the word of Latin.
Jesus.
No, he's not coming tonight. Football management.
What, Ruben?
No, Jesus.
Oh. But...
You will never get Ruben, right, before we tell him the rules. Before we tell him the rules.
A trick ploy.
You get yourself. 2 more,
Yeah.
2 more
People
fingers.
never noticed. Not so bad yet. But anyway, Ruben.
Oh yeah, this is the moving ball. We've not explained that yet.
Oh yeah.
Michelle is the Reuben button.
Michelle?
Wait, how does it work?
Well, basically, Michelle comes in and you press it, and Ruben gets really fucked up.
No, he has to say like a random word.
Oh yeah.
Stat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go on then, let's talk about football management.
Yeah, football management. I think it's. Oh come on! You can't keep looking at me like that.
Look on your winky. Go on, football management.
It's bigger. Football management. It's a bugger of a job. I mean, Bully tried it at very low league level.
Yeah, but I'm classing that as success because my remit was to keep them in survive.
Yeah, and they're no longer in existence. But
They were in existence when I left them.
kill that thing. But I miss Ruben. Where is he? How can you only have the peg?
How can you just gone off topic already?
Because this is some I was running about his peg.
You can't get on with the podcast because of this bloody peg.
But I'm just slightly worried about that peg.
I'm just concerned
I
that
don't mind drinking, but it's that bloody peg.
we've not said anything about football apart from we said the word Shakespeare.
Actually, I think if anybody who's done English literature, all they need to speak about Shakespeare, and then it sums up how shit it is. Because have you ever understood anything about Shakespeare? He's ever bloody written.
I understand if you read it backwards, it's a bit like a Michael Jackson song.
I mean, well, basically, I went to Warwickshire. He's now drowning. And I actually went to Warwickshire, and I went to Anne Hathaway's house.
Yeah. This way, Hathaway.
And I like sort of Shakespeare, sort of country, and had a guided bus tour, and when you read this stuff, it just means fuck all. It's just sort of
Pegmaster calls Peg! Hey! 2 fingers. Come on.
Buzz! This is so unfair. Oh, that's the end of the match.
Hey, you got to drink that. It's not. You just phlegmed into there.
But Shakespeare, what crap! And how come it became famous? This is good.
It's the same for both of them.
This is going off a whole new tangent. How come Shakespeare became famous by writing shit? 25 years had they advertised by it. Writing shit.
You didn't become famous, did you?
Famous? And people took the piss out of me at the Broadway.
You're at the pinnacle of your career now, though. You're doing these podcasts. In it, Brad?
Yeah.
Let me take that peg off you before you drink your body weight.
I can see I'm going to lose this. Damn you, peg.
Oh, there's a knock at the door.
Oh, there's a knock at the door.
Should we do this live? Let's do it live.
Okay.
Hold on, listeners, speakers, viewers.
I'll come up for you.
You can have a peg of doom.
Apparently.
Keep talking.
Apparently, despite my head situation,
Well, you got a shit on?
Ruben is now approaching the boardroom, and we would just like to welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ruben. Is he in? Sounds like Ruben.
Yeah, so
Ruben, how are you doing?
very good, yeah. How are you? Right.
Oh, he's got a jersey on. Ruben, have one of these. Is that alright? Do you want one?
Yeah, I'll be on. Yeah, I'll do. Just sit here. Just one.
Do you want to sit in
I'll
Come and join us, Ruben. we have whole loads of fun lined up. Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, I've got loads of fans.
We've got the cars and then the money.
We've got a new studio guest owner. This is very important for you.
oh, it's time of year. Very nice in the autumn, though.
There you go, pal.
Oh, shit.
This is Michelle, new studio guest. This is special for you because this is called the Ruben button.
What do I do?
Yeah, you press it.
Look, we have to press the shell,
You can press it or we can press it.
and then every time we press it, you've got to come up with a fact.
Or
I'll try and think of one.
or like a witty interlude.
So supposing I sort of went Ruben fact.
Yeah, but we're not talking about anything at the
No,
moment.
I pressed it. Fact.
That's
Ruben fact. Because he's so bloody late.
Yeah, I'm busy.
We were going to do a massive big up.
I think we've missed Ruben fact.
What?
Is that theme music or?
Yeah, we'll go on the background track, yeah. But we're finishing off with a dance off. I think Tony wants to fact it, but
I
not.
just want a fact.
What a fact?
Yeah, any fact. Because we love your facts, Ruben.
Right. Well, in 1969, the East German sporting authorities decided to stop funding all but two of their ice hockey teams, which meant for the next 20 years the East German Ice Hockey Championship was contested between just two sides.
And that's why we love Ruben.
That is sporting gold, ladies and gentlemen.
I've heard that. I heard it somewhere. I don't know. I haven't checked.
Ruben, that's why we
I haven't
love
checked
you.
if
That's
it's
why we
valid
love
or
you.
not.
That's why we love you through Leeds.
we actually want to talk about football management now, don't we? Like,
Yeah, okay.
and why would you want it? At the moment, I wouldn't be surprised. I reckon this season could easily be a record for the most amount of sackings ever. Mark Hughes is up against it. Conte at Chelsea's up against it. Obviously, Leicester have already lost the manager. Klopp, I mean, I don't know. Well, he's under pressure, like because of his defence. Obviously, the teams that don't. I mean, there's so many managers under. Like, it's just ridiculous. The money that's coming to the game. Palace have lost the manager, haven't they? The money that's coming to the game. It's just put ridiculous pressure on on all of them, isn't it? Not much job security.
But you would want to go into football management because it's a chance to control a football club. And you'd like to sort of sit down in the dressing room with the players and go, look, we really need to win this one. It'd be a lovely feeling to be sort of in control of the situation.
Do you think that, obviously the Arsenal board have said about Arsenal that they're going to review a situation at the end of the year? Do you think, there's two ways to look at it, isn't there? The one way I first saw it is, thank God, sort of thank God, it's going to be the end of the season. Well, how did you see it?
Well, this seems to be his last contract.
But his contract lasts, 2 or 3 years?
2 more years, so 2019 it will be. But as it's been disclosed that it's going to get reviewed.
Because what did they have? They had an open press conference, didn't they? Like a couple of days ago. AGM was it?
Where basically all.
It sounded like Silent Stan just sat in the corner just chuckling to himself.
Well, that's what he does. I mean, all the shareholders, but when you think Kroenke's got 67%, Usmanov's got 30%, or roughly, or his amounts, and then you've kind of got a few hundred people in there who've got like one share or a handful of shares between them.
Could you go around the Arsenal shop and the Arsenal sort of the museum and all the rest of it when I went around, and you obviously get this impression that it's a family club that's obviously got all these generations of success and they just care for everybody, and it's a family club in a sense. But then obviously at the AGM. I don't know, it's really sort of insincere, isn't it?
If it hasn't entirely gone, it's going pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically run as it's run as one of
Arsenal fact. Any Arsenal fact?
Oh,
that should be good.
Well, in the 1991 season, 1991 season, we only lost a single game. And of course, in the 2003-04 season, we went through the season unbeaten.
It's the 03 team that gets all the product.
Why did you spot Action?
I went to watching football after Italia 90. I wasn't really that bothered about it before. I think that season after Arsenal won the league, and I had a really good team. George Graham's sides weren't known for kind of a flair and attacking football, but that team was actually pretty good. We got Smith, Merson, Michael Thomas, David Rocastle, Anders Limpar. And it's kind of, I was kind of stuck with them. The one thing is, it's never dull. And there's always, moments of glory and moments, I can sort of list them, winning the cup.
Can you list them?
Winning the cup so many, quite
Grill. We don't want this button to wear at.
We did well in Europe, and on the downside, things like, Naeem or when.
Naeem lobbing Seaman 50 yards?
50 yards, yeah, when. Losing at Birmingham.
Strong hips, is that?
Yeah, strong hips.
Losing at Birmingham in the League Cup final.
That was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Catastrophic.
That was a bad day.
And we were invincible. Chelsea in the Champions League, didn't we? Wayne Bridge scored in late on. And that was probably the year I should have won that, to be fair.
But why Arsenal?
I don't know. As I say, when I got into football, they were probably the best team, so I just kind of picked them, and I stuck with them because it's an interesting club to follow.
So where did you come from?
I'm just round here. So I'm nothing. I'm not. You know, I'm just.
But it was a glory trail originally. But,
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
You should openly admit it. Like, I think you're the first person I've ever known to just openly admit it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of. You have a choice, don't you? Some of my friends followed Man U, some of them followed Leeds, and I know.
I know how that suffers.
Couple of lads, their family were from Lancashire, and they were Everton fans. So
Yeah.
it varies. And so I was the first person in my life who was really into football.
To be honest, with youngsters now, it has diddly squat to do with geography, isn't it?
It's just how you brought up, isn't it? Honestly, because
I mean, I was speaking to a bloke in Beijing, this must have been 10 years ago. He said, who do you support? I said, Forest. They said, but who's your Premier League team? And I'll be honest, my first reaction was like, I was insulted. But then I think it's a bit of culture to that. Like, it's just the way I'm from, and he was actually an Irish bloke. So I'm presuming, probably, like a lot of people, like all around Europe, like Ireland's probably similar, that they have a Premier League team that they fancy. There was a a graphic actually on Facebook like last week, wasn't there? That the favourite club around Europe and who fancied who sort of thing. I mean, there's like in the immediate area. Apparently, it's Liverpool in sort of England and sort of Ireland and Scotland and sort of Northern Europe, and then what have you got? I think sort of mid Europe you've got a lot of Arsenal, and then sort of Southern Europe there's a lot of Chelsea, but whether that's true or not, whether they got data from, I don't know, but I can see what he means now, but I was offended at the time. But like, it's almost like, well, I suppose I took it like that Forest aren't a Premier League club, but I mean, of course they're not, but in my eyes, they're a big club. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I support Brighton Rangers, man. Like, sort of, it's just like a sort of no hope trip, isn't it? You know, like sort of. I love them to bits, bless them, but they're never going to do anything. They're never going to win anything. They're never going to ever sort of achieve anything.
So I mean, it sounds like daft, but what do you get from it? Out of it?
I just love the club.
But what does that mean? I don't really know what that means.
I went to Berwick on a cold, wet Friday night, you know, and you might be good, but you're never going to get anything from Berwick on a cold, wet Friday night. And we played against Hamilton Academical in a pre-season friendly, and we were. I mean, Hamilton Academical were rubbish, and we out-rubbished them, and we lost 2-0. And then again I went to see him play against Annan Athletic, lost 1-0, and so I've never seen him score a goal. It's cost me about 500 quid with overnight stays and stuff like that, and but rather more worryingly, I've never seen him get a corner. So I've paid about 500 quid for 3 fucking good throw-ins. I hate the bastards.
Do you think that's cultural? You know, we like sort of the underdog. We sort of like to be miserable, and we like to, we like.
I love to support a good team. I support Brighton Rangers of Scotland. God's sake. Yeah.
Yeah, but that actually changes by the week, though, doesn't it?
No, that's solid.
You always told me you were Chelsea.
Are they the first team you look when you check the scores then? It's sort of like 5:30 on a Saturday. Are they the first team you look for?
You like them if they have a nice. You like them if they have a nice kit.
No, it's basically I grew up in Bradford. I supported Leeds and Bradford City, and then I was looking out for them, but then I grew up, and I support Bradford City and sorry,
And Chelsea.
Chelsea. Oh no way. But basically, I support Berwick Rangers and Scotland, and it's not a great combination.
shall we move on to wacky backy races?
Oh my god. Because we have it all lined up.
Viewers, we're randomly going to have a race. We're going to hold a little book. Going to have some bets.
We've put the money in already.
There is a bit of an obstacle course, obviously, this table. The finishing line is the end of this table. So it could be a bit ugly. We've got a...
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea. Right. Can they see? No, they can't really see the cars from there. I'm just going to confiscate your beer. Confiscate your beer! Confiscate your beer! Right.
So who do we have?
In lane 1. What is that? Is that a Porsche?
Porsche, yeah.
Lane 1, we have a lemon coloured Porsche. Who's taking the Porsche? That's me. I'm wearing lemon. So I'm taking the Porsche. I've got two English pounds on that, please. £2. I'm the favourite. I'm evens. Okay, who's taking the beautiful Beetle with Love Hearts on? That's Rankavi's cricketer.
I'll
He's having 50p
Book.
on at 5 to 1 to win £2.50. Right. Is that another?
The door's open and everything. Look.
Would you like to go in?
Oh yeah.
Just fuck about to get in your doors. So the silver Porsche
£1
with the Fatman, £1 at 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Right. But you've got to push them all at once and see which crosses them.
Okay.
Right.
Do it. We have to.
You might have told that.
We'll have to get thing.
Hey, you're letting all the spin out of my old car.
Hey, surely we should take care of it
Go on.
ourselves. So get the wheel. We'll have to go around the other side.
Okay.
What's the cable?
And then I've got to press the middle one.
Yeah, this is my car. Let go.
Yeah, okay.
So, I'm afraid yours is not pullback moving. You try.
That's mine. That's the
Oh.
other one. Yeah.
Oh, you're.
I thought I was.
Look, Ruben's
I
the
love
beef
both.
tool. You're the silver Porsche, Fatman.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right.
3,
2,
2, 1, go.
Oh my god!
Hey, come on, little bug! Come on, little bug! Oh, it's in the kombucha. Is that entertainment? Oh, but good competing, guys.
Yeah, what was the winner?
So I'm two English pounds.
Yeah, I think you won £3.50.
Might go for half a pint of this in the local
I'll
after
tell you
this.
something. I'll enjoy it. I'd love to go with you because that'd be brilliant.
But your missus doesn't let you out of the house.
Exactly. Exactly. But still, Tuesday. Monday. Sunday. We'd like to.
Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday.
We'd like to go for curry and Spanish.
Can you have a random fact, Ruben? Anything in the world.
What was I thinking about a moment ago?
The Ruben Shah's been pressed.
Well, you know, you're on about loyalty and which team you follow.
Yeah.
Well, in the ITV drama series Minder,
Yeah.
right, that character of Terry McCann was supposed to be a big fan of Fulham. But the episode he went to see a football match, he went to Stamford Bridge and watched Chelsea. And that was because Dennis Waterman actually in reality was a Chelsea fan. But I kind of thought that was a bit, surely if we keep going on about how Terry follows Fulham, we should have him at Craven Cottage, but not at Stamford Bridge. But,
So you reckon they should have just changed the script slightly?
well, it didn't really matter then, because Arthur rang up for it, rang up the club and got the tannoy to, get him out of the ground saying that his parents had died or something like that halfway through the first half, so...
Oh, poor Terry.
Well, already in the Kilburn Cemetery referee long before, and so he kind of says it wasn't, you know, it wasn't actually.
Damn you!
Wasn't actually true, but yeah.
What a beautiful fact.
That sounded wrong. That's so level.
How many podcasts do you get that kind of, those kind of nuggets?
None whatsoever.
Where's that peg, Tony?
Oh God, is that me again?
No, but where is it?
No. This one's been on me all night.
Ruben didn't know what on about.
I've been paid.
Just ignore that. We'll talk about that in a bit. Should we talk about Spurs v West Ham in the week? Who wants to kick us off? Ruben, you kick us off. What happened? Do you remember? Did you watch it?
I didn't see it, no, but didn't work something 2-0 for half time, and then suddenly, miraculously, in the second half, West Ham scored 3 goals and got through to the next round of the Carabao Cup.
I don't get it though. Well, can somebody quickly tell me?
It's Carabao.
Yeah, because there's a League Cup and there's the Caribbean Cup, isn't there?
Same thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not Caribbean, it's Carabao. Apparently Carabao is a soft drink.
But what was this
I've
tournament
got no clue
that was played earlier in the season that was like, you know, the League 2 reserve teams and stuff, or youth teams?
Oh, not
That's
Crown
the,
Paints, it was the
I thought that...
Checker Trophy.
Oh, right, okay.
That didn't go too well, from what I gathered.
No, it was not a success. So the Caribbean Cup and the EFL Cup are the same thing?
Yeah. Of course, it was the Milk Cup, and then the Littlewoods Cup,
Then the
and
Rumbelows
the
Cup?
Rumbelows Cup, Coca-Cola Cup, Worthington,
But I think nowadays
Carling.
Nowadays it still gives a fuck cup, isn't it? Really?
But there was the Zenith Data Cup, and that was an extra cup. That wasn't the League Cup. That was another cup because that was during the European ban, wasn't it? Little nugget for you there.
And even Leeds United, when they played away at Leicester City, played again. They made 10 changes.
Do you reckon?
To prepare for tonight's game against Sheffield United. That sounds.
My good friend asked me the other day, Joe Smith. He says, you know, what's the future of 5-day test matches? Well, I suppose the almost relative question in football is what is going to happen with the League Cup. You know, you've had comments coming out of these. Let's keep you up, Tony.
No.
You had recent comments from Pep saying this is a bit of a joke. I just wonder, like, you know, I don't know how long it'll be in the future, 10 years time, 15 years time, or something, or whatever time frame. But what was the next sort of, step or direction for the League Cup?
Yeah, it's mainly got, it's like a reserve team competition, but then on the other hand, you've got Man U, Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal.
But
they're still in the draw for was it the quarterfinals or something like that. So.
But don't you think Mourinho winning the League Cup last year? That's right, isn't it? Don't you think that took all the pressure off him for this year? I think it did.
They don't care. I mean, like
But what's going to happen is my question actually. What? Because that's the controversial thing that people like to hear or listen to. Where's it going?
I am really offended that the top brass managers don't seem to care about the League Cup.
Alright, well I think, let's take 15 years. I think 15 years, the Champions League will be bigger. I don't know, what is the future? There probably will be a huge reformat at some point, maybe 15 years. There'll be a European Super League, let's call it that, because that's what it will be. The top, money will dictate, like money is dictating in cricket, that's why I use that as an example. And the League Cup will probably remain. The teams in the European Super League will probably F it off, the League Cup. Might even F the FA Cup off, because there is, let's be honest,
They do.
Yeah, they do. So there's no real, we obviously surround like FA Cup with magic, but in terms of financial balance sheet, there's no difference to the club. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Like the money is completely million miles away from the revenue that the huge clubs are making. So, and what's the carrot at the end of the string?
You've got the Champions League. You've got the.
But if there's a Super League in place, it's just
Well, that can't be sealed, I guess, sealed off from pretty much everything else this road.
Yeah, I mean the good old days. Well, when I grew up and when Wimbledon would go from the bottom to the top division, you completely forget that now. That is changed. It's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
And the big clubs are just going to say, right, I don't care whether we're qualifying for not. We're the big Man City or Man United. We're one of the biggest clubs. We don't need to qualify. Sorry, but we're going to have this Super League regardless of whether you want it or not.
Well, you've got the Champions League, and then you've got this Premier sort of league title, and then you've got the FA Cup, which is still clinging on to be kind of sacrosanct. But then you've got the League Cup, and you've got Leeds United going away to Leicester City, and they've made 10 changes. I mean, Leeds United making 10 changes to Leicester. The League Cup, it only came in 1962, so it's one of the. I mean, like so, the FA Cup has been going 100 and plus years. The League Cup is like sort of poor man's sort of trophy.
I mean, it opens it all up. Surely it opens everything up to the possibility of change.
It's just very, 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 very sad.
You know, it makes the second string clubs, like
League Cup
the Evertons and so on, as the big players in the league. If the big boys aren't in it.
But in the League Cup the other night, oh my God, who was it was? Crystal Palace went away to Bristol City. Crystal Palace lost 4-1 at Bristol City. And this Crystal Palace defender threw his shirt into the 1,900 travelling supporters, and somebody threw the shirt back. I mean, isn't that wonderful?
Well, what does it say?
Fuck off. It's saying that you've not played for us, so go away. Fuck off.
Tells them exactly how they feel about what they've seen.
Oh, go away. Oh, magic.
Well said, boys. Well said.
Let's say the League Cup's got 50 years worth of heritage, and it's still probably got a place, and it's. Let's say if it was an economical, it'd get scrapped.
It's just
Get
part
some
of the
fans in.
scene, but you know.
I mean, there's a big push now, isn't there, with such success that England under 17 to under 20 level. There's a lot of shout, isn't there, from sort of English people that they want. I mean, all these fab players that have been doing so well on the international scene don't get first team football. And is that surely that's the direction it's going in with this, like that Checker Trade Cork and stuff like that? I mean, can you see a window for that?
I just think the League Cup is an opportunity for young footballers to sort of play first team football. But I mean, like sort of, you've got the under 17s. They're in the World Cup final against Spain. But in like sort of 2 years' time, how many of them are going to be in the first team sort of lineups for their club?
Well, it's a huge developmental age, isn't it? I mean, I know that's such an obvious thing to say, but I mean, you're developing as a player about 17, 18, obviously, but then you get your hardness, you sort of first team hardness, don't you, around 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
But if you don't get that then suddenly, they become a championship player, and then, and we've lost that, and then it's...
Then League One, League Two.
Yeah.
Probably out of playing part-time in sort of nation...
Yeah.
National League North.
Yeah, and he goes to the local nightclub and he tells people what he used to do, but like...
I could have been a champion.
So, that's my question. So, if we were in control, if we were football gods, how could we... Because you can't just suddenly say to Man City, get rid of De Bruyne, get rid of Silva and blah, blah, blah. You can't do that. But what can you do?
That De Bruyne is rubbish. You can't do it, can you?
So what could you do? Could you turn the League Cup into a, I don't know, a reserve competition?
Very much it is.
Well, I suppose
Yeah.
but not from, I suppose
It's
you're right.
Arsenal, Europa League's pretty much a reserve competition.
But when you got Man City against Stoke,
Yeah, I suppose
like
it is.
sort of Man City were doing really well, and then Stoke came back and scored 2 goals, and De Bruyne went, actually I'm really pissed off about this. I'll just spray 4 or 5 passes and we'll win this. And that's the difference between world class and Stoke.
Here's a worrying thing that it seems across the board teams are putting, say Leeds did, putting weak sides out, perhaps, because for the lesser teams, that's their chance of getting a giant killing. It seems to happen more with the FA Cup, perhaps. Surprises. Well, because they put stronger teams out, and also it's a chance to get to a final, get to Wembley, get to do something for your supporters.
But it's just lacking that
What
excitement and edge, isn't it?
Lincoln last year, I mean, how much engagement did they get with a fan base from getting to the quarter-finals of the cup and winning at Burnley, going to Arsenal and...
But does it peter off at I don't know, does it peter off at a certain point? Is the best part of the FA Cup that, like the sort of round 1, round 3 kind of area? Question?
Perhaps even might be before that, possibly, but yeah.
Well, what we're going to do next year in our first round of final, the FA Cup Adventure, is we're going to find the first round is going to be fantastic. We don't know where we're going to be. We're just going to go find...
Typical Saturday night, really.
But basically, you and me are just going to go excitement. And then it's going to become Crystal Palace against Arsenal.
We're following the winners from every round from the very first round.
And then it's going to become chunk. And then we're going to get to a stage where we possibly can't go to the semi-final at Wembley. We possibly can't go to the final at Wembley. And then we're going to write about the sort of story about,
Write the book.
the bit we're at. That's how far we can go.
You always know when you're in a stadium and it's just lacking that, I don't know, that magic, that edge. We've all been in stadiums where it's buzzing, and we've all been in stadiums where it's dead as a dodo.
And that's where we're going to get eventually at the end of our book. And then we're eventually going to be writing about sort of initial sort of second and third round replays. Plymouth on a Wednesday night, we can't do that. So we're just going to write a book about our experiences, about
Bzzz.
Oh my god, it's a Ruben fact.
Can I have an FA Cup stat? Oh, and in the meantime, while you're thinking FA Cup stat, let's do the quick peg check. Peg master called peg check. Who's got a peg on them? That's a drink. You got to check for pegs.
Oh my god, I'm peg free.
I'm not going to have any pegs.
Oh, what's on your right? What's on your right? Ankle there. Whoa!
Oh, how did I get there?
Sorry you didn't catch that, but obviously you weren't able to. If you get caught with a peg on you, you have to neck 2 fingers of if you drink.
No.
Do you want a top up, Tony?
Okay, thank you.
Don't forget you're thinking about an FA Cup stat.
Okay. I've got one.
Have you? Go on.
I can't do it immediately, because that'd be absolutely outrageous.
That's not really double tasking, looking at your beer being poured and thinking FA Cup stat. Is that what you're saying?
I've got an FA Cup stat.
Have you just released something?
No.
It's meant to be healthy smelling your partner's farts, isn't it?
I've got an FA Cup stat because in 1972 I was 12 and I went to the bottom of Game Lane and I saw the Leeds United team bus going back with the FA Cup held up, and that was one of the finest moments of my life.
I can feel the magic is coming through. I can't remember.
It's one of those. It was a very tearful moment. It was like so, because I never knew football. I never learnt football. I never experienced football until I was 9. And then the following year, after I cottoned on to Leeds United as a Leeds lad, Leeds won the 1970 FA Cup final, and as a 12-year-old, it just turned my life around. And I was so proud to be part of that period of my life.
Right, well, yeah. Obviously, yes, supported Forest. We lost the FA Cup final, got relegated the year after, and obviously I was young lad at the time, and it really, it just broke me. Just really, I did cry when we got relegated. I cried when we lost the final.
You actually cried?
Yeah, when we lost the final, I didn't, because it's less a success, isn't it? Really losing the final, but getting relegated, that Cluffy was just old and haggard, and well, had too much to drink, obviously, and the team. I don't know. It's like the team.
You cried.
The team.
You poor.
The team was just.
Here's something. That team, the Forest team which went down, what did for him was the back pass law. Because you couldn't pass the keeper picked. I was reading it in a club autobiography, because the keeper couldn't pick the ball up, and Forest didn't had older players who weren't quite as fit, and in general Cluffy didn't really encourage a higher level of fitness. He just wanted to, he didn't train his players too hard, because he wanted to have them more sort of match ready. So when it came to a situation where the ball was in play, or moving around a lot more than it used to, for too long. And of course, Des Walker had he got a Sam Dolly by that point? I can't remember.
I think he went 92, 93. Walker went.
Yeah. So I think we missed him, didn't we? The season where he went down. And
Des Walker was class.
showing him as a number 10 and needed it.
Well,
he went to Tottenham after a few weeks.
Sheringham played the first game of the season. Liverpool, first game of the season. Sheringham wanted to live down south and be a pretty boy in London, and he were left after one match.
But when
we woke up.
No, when
Robert Rosario, Andy Simpson.
Andy Simpson.
When
We didn't play for us.
oh my God! When can't remember his name. But when he went to Sampdoria, an awful lot of Forest supporters actually start supporting Sampdoria as well as Forest.
Well, I never heard that, actually, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But that's a fascinating fact. I've never heard that.
It's quite logical though, because when the back pass law came in, everybody just thought, well, it stops the game slowing down.
Just on that, like, isn't that when
that's a great line, isn't it? In terms of the sort of the back pass law.
Well, isn't that
must change football?
Yes. Well, I was just about to say, isn't that not the first time, I've only just thought about now, where you started to want technical players in your defence?
Yeah.
Because, going on from what you just said, we had...
This guy's a great coach. And then, like that, this is a very fine point to be made.
So who did that? We had Steve Chettle, and Des Walker was a fabulous player, but he wasn't like a ball player by any stretch.
Des Walker, that was it.
Cole Tyler, just a defender. Chettle just. So that must have been. That must have been the birth of when you started to want defenders that could start playing.
Brian Laws, I mean, he's a defender, but
yeah, Pearce wasn't comfortable on the ball really. He was just a smasher.
Yeah.
So interesting point.
And who was in the midfield? Because I mean, by that point, quite a lot of players who'd been there for a few seasons. I mean, Hodge had gone, Gary Parker had gone, Wassell and Gary Charles. I think they went to Derby or something. Or,
Yeah. You had Scott Garrell, who was an absolute fanny. He could play the ball. Wone. Yeah, I think Meat Fly Gary Crosby was still there. It was amazing. You had right wingers. You had Gary Crosby and Franz Carr. Franz Carr was fast as fuck, but couldn't do anything else. And Gary Crosby could only cross and couldn't do anything else. So between them, they made a decent winger.
Franz Carr was very fast, but I had no idea what I was doing with it.
Another fact. Oh, well, FA Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The last player to score in every round from the sort of third round onwards, I think it was Peter Osgood in 1970. I don't think anybody's done it since.
Because John Byrne did it every round but the final, didn't he, for Sunderland in, was it 1990 that?
92.
Right.
Fulham 75.
Well, they didn't score in the final, so...
because
I think Jeff Astle did it a couple of years prior to Osgood, but... Let's say it's quite...
This is going a whole new thing here.
What?
That complete spin-off.
What else?
Jeff Astle.
There's a lot of research going into now. In 2 to 5 years, I think they're all banned heading in youth football.
And do you think that's a good thing?
That's a difficult question. I would hate it to be banned, but obviously the question staring you in the face is the reason why they're doing it is because they don't have enough knowledge about the brain. But
there's so much.
I've lost endless brain cells from heading the ball. I'm sure, no doubt about it.
Explains a lot.
It does explain a lot.
Got plenty of marbles left for a goalie, but
But the balls are light now. I think just get on with it. You lose a few brain cells, fuck it. It's not exactly boxing, is it?
It was the other week, was it? Kevin Doyle? He's packed in at 34 because repeated concussions or something like that.
Right, really?
But people make the point that they don't play with, a great big heavy leather football which gets waterlogged.
They're just fucking air balloons now, aren't they?
But they travel a lot faster.
The ball?
And the impact as a result of the greater velocity of the ball.
I never thought about it that way.
I mean, and he didn't follow his career on this, but he was a great header of the ball.
He was a target now, wasn't he?
But it's just so,
fascinating facts for coming up with it.
so many sports are kind of all the rugby's and rugby football and football.
I mean, I do agree. I mean, there was a laughable situation a few years back, I think rugby/football, where the person to make the decision of whether they should carry on, this is more rugby, isn't it, was the doctor from their team. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it? They're always going to say, yeah, he's fine, yeah, play on. He's getting paid by the club, and he's not. No, well, you're sacked, mate. So it's not only recently that they've been impartial, isn't it? Which is a joke. But it will largely ruin the game. I mean, lots of people talking about, say, the FA rules that are coming out recently, or guidelines for youth football. And I love some of them, but some of them are just painful to just look at, aren't they? I mean, I don't know if you've seen these guys, but I mean, one of them is silence on the touchline. I understand the meaning behind it. It's because I've coached youth football, and the parents the generalisation, just horrible, just nasty, just horrible stuff goes on. But silence also is just illogical. It's not going to work, is it? Turns on the way out.
Some depersonalised encouragement, or just
Well, actually, when I coached the youth team, I gave the parents a team talk. So I said to the parents, right, what I don't want you to, I give them and ask, what I don't want you to do is, I don't want you to shout shoot, I don't want you to shout pass, I don't want you to shout get stuck in, and stuff like this.
Don't tell them what to do, basically, just encourage them and praise them.
You just haven't got better than I did, but the point of it is you want them to be the decision makers. You don't want, the sideline to be the decision maker, and that's part of the development. There's one of the rules that I absolutely love, which I'm sure a lot of viewers will absolutely hate, The problem with coaching, like youth football, is if you want to become a passing team, it's really difficult because it's a development team, obviously, so the players aren't like up here, they're down here. And so one of the rules was the opponents have to retreat past the halfway line. And that sounds nuts, it sounds stupid. I mean, it's a coaching tool I would use all the time. But to make it a rule, that's why I love it, because it's actually like a guideline / rule now, which that's why I absolutely love it. And I can see why the stalwarts, and I would have hated it 10 years ago, I would have absolutely hated that 15 years ago. So I can see why people hate it. But development wise, you basically want more Messis than you want Jamie Carragher's. I'm just reverting back to an old debate I had.
That would be a thought, yeah.
Like,
more 10s and less 23s or something like that.
I mean, if he sticks the old ways, like, get stuck in, get hard, all about determination, yeah, you can have 11 Jamie Carragher's and you'll get a certain level of success. You'll get qualification from the World Cup every year, of course you will. But you're not going to win diddly squat, like, in terms of World Cup, European Cups, and I think that's for me, that's what boils it down. What are your thoughts on that?
A while back we went to see Girona play a friendly at Forest, didn't we? And
Who? Sorry?
Do you remember we went to see the friendly match at Forest? We played Girona, didn't we? Who got the...
Oh, the Spanish. Okay,
Spanish team,
I'm with you now. So the Spanish club, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, Forest won 2-1, but Girona probably kept hold of the ball better. I haven't seen how they're getting on in the Liga. I hope to actually, but
yeah, it'd be interesting.
that's quite. Man City have invested in them as well, so he must be doing something right.
In the club?
In Girona, you know City have got various teams.
Oh, right, like feeder clubs really, aren't they?
More or less, yeah. So,
they send their players out on loan, probably.
Yeah, we'll end up doing that, I'm sure. But it's sort of Girona kept like playing a Barcelona style, kept hold of the ball, moved it round, very fluid. Press hard as well.
But I suppose like the argument on the other side of the coin is that it only works if you've got Xavis. It only works really if you've got Iniestas. It only works if you've got Messis, Mascherano's. It only really works if you've got them. And it's so what my point is not necessarily one right or one wrong. It's you've got
it's always evolving, I suppose.
Yeah, that's another good point. Backpass rule. Right. Oh, what next? Any orgasm?
Orgasm? Oh yeah, good, good.
It's funny, we wrote this stuff down and we've just blabbed on. Should we have a conversation corner, right? We're going to go around clockwise. We're just going to talk about football, but the rule is you're only allowed to ask a question. So you're not allowed to answer the question. Did you get it? I'm sure you get it. So we're just going to go around clockwise. The only thing is you've got to talk about football. No. You've got to play properly, Tone. You've got to concentrate. Do you want to kick us off, Ruben? It can be anything about football, it's just a question to Fatman. It can be any question, anything in the world of football.
Supposing that you had a question about football and ended up in orgasm.
What's your favourite colours or even a favourite shirt?
Blue for Scotland and black and gold for Bright Rangers.
It's got to be a question. To me. You know, everything has to be a question.
Does it? Do you like Scotland?
How good do you think Annie McCoy's was? Let's me and you do it, because he's too drunk. How good do you think Annie McCoy's was?
Yeah, I think he was. So I haven't done my research, so I don't know what.
It's got to be a question. That's all it is. You've got to bounce back from another question. But it's got to be obviously relevant.
What did Ali McCoy have for breakfast?
Did you hear about that Ali McCoy's Paul Gascoigne story when Gazza woke up Ali McCoy's in the middle of the night and you thought he was a burglar?
Is that a story safe for human consumption?
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
I do believe, if I'm not wrong, he woke him up in the middle of the night and he was helping himself to Adam McCoy's fridge, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, story.
What make of fridge did Ali McCoy sell?
All I know is that I believe it was a very large fridge, but I don't know what was in it, do you?
Do you think he would have had more than one bottle of milk in his fridge?
Milk. Interesting.
I think he told Gascoigne to fuck off and get on your way. Is that right?
Do you think Gaza nabbed the gold tops? Or do you think Macaulay had them pasteurised, which is green?
Oh, there was an amazing quote by Gaz in the Week. Oh, I wish I could remember. Did anybody hear what it was? Oh,
Has he been doing interviews or?
Oh God! I wish I could remember what that was.
Well, I thought Gaz had piped up somewhere. Not so long ago.
Oh God! Oh well. Anyway, I think you win that one, Ruben. Oh, what was this one?
Aubergines.
Oh yeah.
I think we've actually missed out on aubergines a lot.
No, you like this one, Fatman.
That's a bit rude. Some fat.
It's the World War II poem. Written by Baldrick.
Boom, 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 boom.
And it brings us in nicely to the Ashes tour.
Boom.
Have you got a comparison to make, and with David Boone and somebody else?
Actually, when David Boone, not Boom, but David Boone came over to from Australia to England, he drank 53 tinnies. And now
How many?
53 tinnies. And now they're actually sort of doing this sort of sleep deprivation thing properly. And I think I prefer to do a 53 tinnies, to be honest.
Well, recently, scientifically, they've looked into the importance, haven't they, of your sleep patterns. Is that what you were going to say?
That's what I was going to plan. But now I actually want to have a sleep pattern of my own.
You know, a lot of these cricket clubs and football clubs, they literally take pillows and mattresses and stuff.
No, a sleep pattern of my own now.
You just got to hang on for 5 more minutes.
Oh, you're joking. See you there. Sorry.
Just the 53 tinnies.
So it's a 14-hour flight. So what are we talking about there?
14 hours?
What, from Australia to London? Yeah.
Are you joking?
What's that? About
Can you imagine that?
3 to 4 tinnies an hour?
Can be longer than 14 as well, can't it?
So,
13, 12 to 13 is a bit big.
Marathon stuff.
how long does that take? I mean, they're talking tinnies now, I think.
Yes, they're sort of castle mains, aren't they, or something like that?
It's not sort of.
He does these tours, doesn't he? These guided tours at like Booney now, doesn't he?
So hang on. So how long are you saying an hour a can?
Well, 53 cans over, let's say, a 14-hour flight.
Because I am fascinated by this.
You're looking at
3 and a bit, and 3.7 or something.
yeah, 3 to 4 tins an hour. So
We're talking the real pints.
Oh,
They're alright.
Yeah. What's the problem?
was it Rod Marsh's record he broke or something like that? I think he got in the 40s and then Booney got to 53.
I'd want to take one though.
But what's that challenge? You like start talking a very small can every so often. and then he took me at great mates, and he goes, like, what's the problem here? It's just like, that'd be a piece of piss.
Why don't we do Newark to Berwick, and then try and what's the record for tinnies on the Newark to Berwick?
That's a challenge.
Oh, look forward.
Oh, let's go for the Newark to Berwick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then try. Well, I just think we'd let us into the ground if.
Yeah.
Not unless our missus is having a baby outside.
Honestly, that is a challenge. 53 cans, small cans.
Yeah, I'll be for that.
I think 53
Beat
k.
the Boone challenge. Boone! What a challenge. Boone. The Beat the Boone challenge.
53 challenge.
54. If I'm going to beat it.
I've done the Bill Worthington challenge before.
What's that? You've
Oh,
grown.
he's a Bill Worthington fact.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Boone.
Boom, Worthington.
He spent a few years based in Worksop, and he played at the snooker club in Worksop. I've forgotten his name, but
Bill Worthington.
I forgot the name of the snooker club in Worksop, Tony. But actually he was living in a converted bus in a car park in Worksop.
Oh,
And he
classic.
went into the club. No, I've got a library book about a historical part of Worksop, and he was mentioned in it. So,
I used to go out in Beijing. There used to be a bus, and it used to be a stoner's bus. That was absolutely fascinating. You can't check your phone. We're on live non-live TV.
that's why the name of snooker club in Worksop. But Bill Worthington does have a connection with Nottinghamshire. Breakers, that's it. Yeah.
Breakers in Worksop.
In Worksop, yeah. He played there for a few years. But, so he get through about a dozen pints in a night, wouldn't he, Bill?
We used to say his benchmark was 20 pints. So obviously we lived in Manchester at the time, and there was
20 pints.
Yeah. Apparently, because the snooker authorities banned his, I think they're called beta blockers, but he had nerves or he had shakes and that. So they banned his drugs. So the only thing that chilled him out was 20 pints before a match. Some reason he would take off towards the end of the match. I'm not really quite sure. So instead of doing like the Didsbury dozen in Manchester, we thought we'd double it and do the Didsbury 24. And anybody that completed the 24 pubs, it was half a pint at each pub, to be honest with you. So obviously, but you never have half a pint you do when you go to a pub. And anyone that completed it got a badge, a Bill Worthington badge. Unfortunately, I completed 23 pubs very annoyingly before I collapsed. There's only one lad apparently who did the full Monte and got a full badge.
Inside of the finishing line, no.
Yeah, well, when you collapse, I suppose.
You must have been at the point of.
I'll be honest with you, I was still fine, but I couldn't grasp the concept of what the pub was called and where it was. I was just wandering around trying to find it, and where you lose people when you jump. So I was like, but I bloody good I was.
So it's a bit like a marathon runner who's about to get into a stadium, but he takes the wrong turn.
Yeah, that happened in the week, didn't it? Right, I know you were only here for half of the half the show, but we've got a feature here called Ruben's Review of the Podcast.
Well, it's the first one I've done in a few months, so I've been.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, mate.
No, alright.
Do you want a bit more, Larry?
Okay, thank you.
Well, I think there's a bit less room. Less of a backdrop, because I remember last time we had an awesome.
Which fucking packet? Oh, I can't get it out. It's back. It's smashed
It
up.
was here, no. And I think we've done some decent nattering about football. So yeah.
We've
When are we back?
We've actually addressed it, haven't we, this week?
I think it's been lovely.
You've been at any games recently? I only say 'cause I went to see, you know, Notts County had an open day where it was £10 to get in. So I went
Against.
Forest Green Rovers
Oh, I went the week before.
the
I
other
think.
week.
Oh, no, that's it. I went to Notts County versus Lincoln, but Lincoln had a player sent off. Oh, ridiculous. Shitty new football, got sent off for fucking breathing. And Lincoln were dominating first 30, and then County went away with it. So I think Lincoln will be extremely strong that league. They had 2 or 3 massive opportunities before they're sending off. Sending off obviously changes the game. Can't squeeze the game, so I rate Lincoln really, really highly. I rate the managers really highly. He's so intelligent. I mean, what they'll do is quite clever. You have to tell me his name, and I keep forgetting them. But what clever thing that they do, Lincoln City, is obviously the ball will go out of play, or I don't know, play will go down injured or something. But what Lincoln do, the goalkeeper goes down injured, and then they have a massive team talk. It gets all 10 players in like that, and just has a massive team talk. So I thought that, not just that alone, obviously, that on its own is not clever, but yeah, he's got them playing some nice football, and that's quite. I've never seen that before. The goalie goes down, referee has to stop, all players in. It's a bit like a timeout in basketball.
What, he tweaks a muscle, or
his
shoelace comes undone? Or
yeah,
something,
his hair comes out of place. Have you seen any more football recently, guys?
I was away at Bilborough last Saturday, and if you got a pitch like that, it was like something that there's a massive sort of gale force wind going across the pitch like that, and Newark Floser played magnificently. They bossed it from the start, and I really thought they were very, very impressive. So that was my sort of best football, and then we went back to their pub and had a great curry. It was wonderful.
Okay, before we go to the dance off, it's the Pegmaster calls pegs.
Dance off.
Pegmaster calls pegs. Check for pegs, lads. Have you took it off?
I don't know.
I put one on you somewhere. Is it in it?
No.
I'm sure saw one of your.
There's one in your leggings.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. I just knocked it off. 2 fingers. Off you go.
Oh my god, I never realised. But can I just say? Thank you.
Yes.
This has been a wonderful evening, thank you.
You're conscious for most of it. Not as bad as the one we did at NRM, where you were just sitting in for most of it.
That was.
Can you remember that? What can you remember about that?
You went home with a signal ambulance. Sorry, it was.
I actually got taken on by the chairman, and I kept my stick in my mouth when I got home.
True jump.
How quite bad.
Who won? Backy wacky backy races. Right. Go on, who won it?
You did.
Are you ready to finish with a dance off?
No.
Sit down dance off. Go on. That's what the viewers have requested.
I'm not sure I can actually dance so this stage of the evening.
What you got to do is put your hands in the air.
I go like that. Rob can do that.
It's not fast paced enough, is it?
Rob, you can dance on Edinburgh, I've seen you.
Come on, let's just have a little dance off to finish off the show.
Quite laid back. I thought we were going to get a bit of a bang at her.
Come on,
Yeah, we needed a banger, didn't we? Well, hopefully your listeners will be fast asleep by now.
I wait just supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Hey!
Night, everybody!
And I'll tell you something, this has been brilliant.
Just like Cobbs.
Really? Have you been